The Bachelor taking a break after Grant Ellis season to find its way back to success. March 23, 2025. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation news fans. The Bachelor season 29 has been tough to watch, but after Grant Ellis season comes to a close and all the burning questions are answered, I wouldn't be surprised to see the show take a long break to address its issues and try to come back successfully. Throughout the run of The Bachelor and its spin-offs, it's been clear there hasn't been a lot of change to the shows and the way they choose their cast members, despite knowing that the culture surrounding reality TV has changed. With controversy surrounding the franchise, something needs to shift in the near future. The Bachelor season 29, which brought in Grant as the lead after a decent showing during Jen Tran's season of The Bachelorette, has been one of the most boring seasons of the show in a while. While Grant has been a fairly decent lead, it's been tough to connect with his storylines emotionally, especially when he hasn't been as open and vulnerable as viewers expected. On top of Grant's performance, seeing the show shift in a way that's more drama-heavy with the contestants has been disappointing for Bachelor fans, who are hopeful to see love on screen rather than drama. Moving into the final stretch of Grant's season, it's clear that there are changes that need to be addressed on The Bachelor and the other shows within the franchise. The Bachelorette has announced it won't be airing in 2025, as the show likely needs time to regroup after a disastrous season. While I don't know if it makes sense to cancel The Bachelor entirely, I think taking a break would be a great move for the show. Grant's season was merely an example of what can go wrong with The Bachelor, and I think production needs some time to regroup. With a break in the works, The Bachelor could come back with a new creative team, a new vision, and an exciting season for Bachelor Nation. The Bachelor showrunner and executive producers are leaving the franchise. As The Bachelor season 29 has been airing, there's been some interesting progress behind the scenes of the show that will change the way things work within the production. While Bachelor producers are often blamed for the decisions made on the show that make things feel fake or disingenuous, it's often the executive producers or showrunner who make those calls. After some major heat, the former EP and showrunner were fired from their roles. Showrunner/EP Claire Freeland and EP Bennett Gradner took over when series creator Mike Fleiss left Bachelor Nation, but it seems their direction wasn't working for the producers either. Accused of creating a hostile working environment, Claire and Bennett will be finishing out the rest of The Bachelor season 29 before moving on to new projects away from the franchise. While their replacements haven't been chosen yet, the executives surrounding Bachelor Nation should be looking for the next group of producers to replace them. After so much drama in Bachelor Nation over the last few years, it wouldn't be surprising to see things take a different direction in the upcoming seasons of the series. A break may be needed to figure out the show's next steps behind the scenes. The Bachelor season 29 has been tough to watch. Although The Bachelor has been on for years, there are seasons that I find myself invested in and seasons I don't. This can sometimes be more about me than the show, but if a Bachelor season is doing well, it's usually one that I'm more drawn to watching. This season, I was hopeful that Grant would be the type of lead that kept me glued to my TV. Unfortunately, things haven't been very interesting for the lead or his contestants throughout the season, and I don't even necessarily think it's their fault. While I enjoyed Grant during his time on The Bachelorette season 21, I found watching him on his own to be pretty boring. I like Grant a lot, but I think his qualities make for a better contestant than they did a lead. His emotional vulnerability was great to see with Jen, but he's holding back as The Bachelor, and it's obvious. Grant's also got some issues of his own to unpack, which has made it harder to watch him overall. Seeing him struggling to let people go because he's a people pleaser isn't something I look forward to. The Bachelor franchise needs to find a new identity. Although The Bachelor has been on for years, I think it really needs to find its footing again in a much different market than it started out in. The Bachelor began in 2002, when no other reality TV dating shows like it were on the air. Now, with the market completely different, the show needs to take some time to revamp itself. Whether that be changing the show's structure, schedule, or staff, it needs to take a breath to see what works and what doesn't. In a more competitive space than ever, The Bachelor needs to change its ways. The Bachelor should press pause like The Bachelorette. I think The Bachelor needs a break. While I don't like the idea of going on indefinite hiatus, I think Bachelor and Bachelorette scheduling should work like The Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette, where each show rotates once every other year. This would allow for more anticipation to build, more maturity in the contestants turned leads, and more ability to assess what makes sense for the franchise, rather than moving at the fast pace they usually do. With a break in the works, The Bachelor could come back with a new creative team, a new vision, and an exciting season for Bachelor Nation. One of the biggest issues: a lack of genuine love stories. The Bachelor has long struggled to maintain its credibility as a matchmaking show, and Grant's season did little to help. By the end of his journey, rumors were already swirling that his final pick was doomed from the start. With so few successful marriages stemming from the franchise, fans started questioning whether The Bachelor had simply run its course. Contestant complaints and behind-the-scenes drama. Sources close to production have revealed that many contestants were unhappy with how the season was handled. Some women allegedly felt manipulated by producers, while others believed that their airtime was unfairly cut to favor certain contestants. There were also whispers of behind-the-scenes clashes between Grant and the production team, leading to even more tension. Several former contestants have spoken out about their experience on social media, hinting that the environment on set was more toxic than romantic. One anonymous contestant revealed, "It felt like we were being pushed into conflicts that didn't exist. The drama felt staged, and I know I'm not the only one who thinks that." The network's decision to hit pause. ABC's decision to take a break from the Bachelor franchise doesn't come lightly. The show has been a cornerstone of reality television for over 20 years, and stepping away, especially after a rough season, raises a lot of questions. Insiders say that executives are determined to bring the show back stronger than ever, but first, they need to understand what went wrong. The franchise has struggled to adapt to modern dating culture, and the formula that worked in the early 2000s simply doesn't resonate with audiences today. A source close to production stated, "The network isn't canceling The Bachelor, but they are reassessing everything. The goal is to return with a fresher approach that actually leads to lasting relationships. Right now, the show is broken, and they know it." What's next for The Bachelor? While The Bachelor is on hiatus, ABC is reportedly focusing on The Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise, both of which have seen better fan engagement in recent years. With the overwhelming success of The Golden Bachelor, featuring older contestants looking for real love, many fans believe this could be the new direction the franchise needs to take. There's also talk of revamping The Bachelor with new rules. Potential changes include smaller cast sizes to allow for deeper connections, less producer manipulation to encourage authenticity, more real-life dates instead of extravagant but unrealistic experiences, stricter casting guidelines to ensure contestants are truly there for love. Fans have mixed feelings about the hiatus. Some believe it's long overdue, while others fear the break could be the beginning of the end. Social media has been flooded with reactions, with some viewers calling for a total revamp, while others demand The Bachelor return to its roots. Could this be the end of The Bachelor? There's no denying that The Bachelor is in trouble. The franchise has lost its way, and if it doesn't make serious changes, it may never recover. The decision to take a break is a risky one. Will fans still care when, or if, the show returns? Or will this hiatus push viewers to move on to other dating reality shows? Grant Ellis' season will go down in history as one of the most controversial and divisive in The Bachelor's history. Whether or not the show can bounce back remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: The Bachelor as we know it is officially on pause. What do fans think? Fans have been vocal about the franchise's downfall. On Twitter, one user wrote, "Honestly, The Bachelor taking a break is the best thing that could happen. Maybe now they'll finally fix the show." Another fan posted, "I used to love this show, but it's become too fake. If they don't bring back the authenticity, I won't be watching when it returns." However, some die-hard fans remain hopeful. A longtime viewer commented, "The Bachelor has been around forever, and I don't think it's going anywhere. It just needs a refresh." Final thoughts. ABC's decision to take a break from The Bachelor is both shocking and necessary. While the franchise has faced its fair share of ups and downs, this hiatus may be exactly what it needs to regain its former glory. Whether the show returns stronger or fades into reality TV history remains to be seen. For now, fans will have to get their fix from The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and The Golden Bachelor. But one thing is certain: when The Bachelor does return, all eyes will be on how it reinvents itself for the modern era. Stay tuned.